The village of Hollow Creek was a place of shadows even on the brightest days, but tonight it was consumed by a furious storm. Rain lashed against the windows of the old Victorian houses. Thunder roared like a beast. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the graveyard on the hill for a fleeting moment. Two figures darted through the downpour, their laughter lost to the wind. Daniel and Sam, local troublemakers, were on a dare. They were headed to the town's abandoned morgue, a place shunned by even the most daring teenagers. The old building loomed before them, a Gothic silhouette against the raging storm. Its windows, like vacant eyes, seemed to follow their every move. Despite their bravado, a shiver ran down Daniel's spine. The night felt heavy with unseen eyes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more stories. The lock on the morgue door was no match for Daniel's bolt cutters. The rusted hinges screamed as the heavy door swung open. The air inside was stale and cold, thick with the scent of decay and formaldehyde. The faint glow of lightning through the grimy windows illuminated rows of empty slabs, their surfaces cold and damp. "This place is creepy," Sam muttered, his voice barely audible above the howling wind. Daniel, trying to appear brave, laughed it off. "Don't be such a scaredy cat." They moved deeper into the morgue, their footsteps echoing in the oppressive silence. The air grew colder, sending chills down their spines. Daniel swore he could hear whispers coming from the shadows, but when he turned his head, there was nothing there. In the far corner, they stumbled upon a dusty cabinet, its paint peeling. Daniel pulled it open, revealing a jumble of forgotten medical instruments and yellowed files. Sam let out a low whistle. "Looks like someone left in a hurry." Daniel reached into the back of the cabinet and pulled out a small velvet-lined box. It was heavier than he expected, cold to the touch. He blew off the dust, revealing a tarnished silver clasp. With a click, the box sprang open, revealing a pair of spectacles. The lenses were thick and round, tinted a strange shade of green. "Glasses?" Sam scoffed. "You risked your neck for a pair of old man glasses?" But Daniel was already slipping them onto his face. The world around him seemed to shimmer, then settle into a strange clarity. Daniel froze. A cold dread gripped his heart, constricting his breath. He could see them, translucent figures, shimmering like heat waves in the dim light. They were everywhere, silent and sorrowful, their eyes reflecting an eternity of pain. He ripped the glasses from his face, his heart pounding in his chest. He stumbled back, gasping for air. "Did you see them?" he whispered, his voice trembling. Sam, oblivious, just stared at him. "See what?" "There's nothing here, man. Let's just get out of here." Daniel didn't argue. He shoved the glasses back into the box, a terrifying certainty settling over him. These were no ordinary spectacles. They were a window into a world hidden from most, a world he wanted no part of. A week later, at the village flea market, Daniel practically begged Elizabeth to take the glasses off his hands. $5? That's all I'm asking," he pleaded, his voice raspy, his eyes bloodshot. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. Elizabeth, a young woman with an eye for the unique, found herself strangely drawn to the antique spectacles. The green tint of the lenses was unusual, almost mesmerizing. She had a feeling they would look stunning with her vintage dresses. "All right," she finally agreed, handing him a $5 bill. Daniel practically threw the glasses at her and disappeared into the crowd without another word. That evening, Elizabeth held the glasses up to the light, admiring the way the green lenses shimmered. She tried them on, surprised by how clearly she could see. She hadn't realized her vision had gotten so bad. As she wandered through her apartment, straightening paintings, she noticed something strange. A flicker of movement in the hallway, a shadow that seemed to dart behind the door. She dismissed it as her imagination. The old building was known for its drafts. But as the days passed, the strange occurrences continued. She caught glimpses of things out of the corner of her eye. A fleeting silhouette, a wisp of smoke, a pale hand reaching out from the darkness. She started to feel like she was constantly being watched, her every move observed by unseen eyes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more stories. Section 7. The Veil Lifts. One night, as Elizabeth was reading in bed, the room seemed to turn cold. The air grew thick and heavy, making it difficult to breathe. She looked up from her book, her heart pounding in her chest. That's when she saw him, a man, tall and gaunt, his face pale and drawn. He stood at the foot of her bed, his sorrowful eyes fixed on her. His clothes were old-fashioned, his hands skeletal. Terror froze her blood in her veins. He was dead. She could see it in his vacant eyes, the way his feet seemed to hover above the ground. He was a ghost, and he was staring directly at her. Section 8. Spirits surround the glasses. Elizabeth ripped them from her face, her hands shaking. The room was plunged into darkness, the ghost vanishing along with her vision. She fumbled for her bedside lamp, her heart threatening to beat out of her chest. When the light flickered back on, the room was empty, but she knew the truth now. The glasses allowed her to see the dead, and they were everywhere. She saw them in the park, their faces etched with sorrow. She saw them in the grocery store, their eyes reflecting an eternity of pain. They were on the bus, in her apartment building on the crowded streets. Elizabeth was trapped in a world where the veil between the living and the dead had been lifted, and there was no escaping the haunting gaze of the departed. Section 9. Dr. McKinley's Obsession. Desperate for answers, Elizabeth returned to the flea market, searching for the strange man who had sold her the glasses. It didn't take long to find him. He was huddled in the same spot, his eyes filled with a haunted look. "You see them, don't you?" he rasped, his voice barely a whisper. He told her about the glasses, how he found them in the abandoned morgue. He told her about Dr. McKinley, the former mortician, who had become obsessed with death, conducting strange experiments in the years before the morgue was closed. Rumours swirled around Dr. McKinley, whispers of dark magic and forbidden knowledge. It was said he had created the glasses to see into the afterlife, to unlock the secrets of death itself. But his obsession had consumed him, driving him mad and ultimately leading to his mysterious demise. Section 10. Trapped. Elizabeth listened, her blood turning to ice. She realized the terrible truth. The glasses were not just a window into the afterlife. They were a curse, binding the wearer to the realm of the dead. She tried to get rid of the glasses, to throw them away, to destroy them. But it was no use. They always found their way back to her, as if guided by an unseen hand. She was trapped, forever bound to the world of the dead. Now, every time she closed her eyes, she saw their faces, heard their whispers, felt their icy presence. Dr. McKinley's obsession had become her curse, and she knew with a chilling certainty that she would be haunted by the dead for the rest of her days. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more stories.